record. And yeah, so let's start by writing the text first, which is the speech introduction. Now, the meaning of speech itself is a pidato ya, pidato tentang tema, berdasarkan tema yang dibawa, dan biasanya the theme, biasanya yang membawa pidato itu orang-orang penting. So, orang-orang penting itu contohnya kayak leaders, let's say a leaders, and then what else? The head of something, the head of a department, etc. We know president also bring their speeches, presidents, ministers, etc. So we have to know also why are they actually lending the youth to know about, sorry for my writing, why are they encouraging the youth untuk bisa berpidato, speech, especially in English? That's because we know that one day kita itu bisa jadi leader, a head, or maybe president or a minister one day. Dan itu tujuan utamanya bahwa we have to know how to deliver. Hang on. We have to know how to deliver. You have to know how to write the context. And if it's speech dalam bahasa Inggris, of course you have to have a good English ability. Say English ability. So, in this case, inilah yang menjadi konten atau kategori penilaian pada speech competition. So, I know speech competition, I've joined a lot of speech competition previously, back at high school too. And ada perbedaan kategori penilaian dari high school, dari SMA, sama ke universitas. So what do I know in the SMA and university? One, for SMA itu topiknya masih general biasanya. Tapi kalau university itu lebih spesifik. Dan pembahasannya tuh lebih tinggi. Jadi aku ingat I've once joined a competition for high school. Let's say we talk about recycling, right? Recycle, reuse, right? 3R, etc. And we know that. And then how can we kayak Independence Day, how can we be a great youth towards Indonesia? So be a great youth. Bullying, etc. But in university, I've actually had a specific theme, which is investment. I had a context which is about sex education. I know this topic is rarely brought, cuman ada pas tema-tema tertentu, and this is why kita sebagai university we have to think critically in this kind of theme. What's investment, walaupun itu bukan major kita, walaupun itu bukan jurusan kita, and of course this sex education, and what else? I had lots of specific theme that it is out of my mind, kayak out of the blue dia temanya itu kayak gitu. So in this case, we have to know everything, especially in university. Ini hampir kayak debat ya. Speech itu, I'll 100% say, or let's say 80%, itu sama kayak debate. So, we are also encouraged to be good at debate. And being good at debate is about making good context. Jadi apa perbedaan speech dengan debate? Kalau speech dia itu lebih ke delivery. How do you deliver? Tapi juga you have to also be good at context and also English. Jadi penilaian dari speech, especially each judges per juri itu penilaiannya itu pertama dia tuh delivery, kedua konteks, baru ketiga your English ability. So our delivery first. Because why? If you are not good at delivery, but you are good at context and also English, tapi deliverynya kayak gini. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nabla Rizkadani, and you have a slight chance or a small chance to win. Tapi kalau deliverynya bagus, walaupun Englishnya itu kurang, you still have a chance to win. Jadi masih ada kesempatan untuk menang. Jadi biasanya itu delivery is 50%, context is around 35%, and sisanya itu English. English itu biasanya yang samping, because it's a language. English itu cuman kayak how to pronounce this, grammarnya itu gimana, dan yang lain itu ya itu yang penting sih, yang the context and also our delivery. So this is very important on the speech categories of the scoring on the scoring sheets. If some of you want to ask, just straightly ask, okay? Because I'm still gonna catch up time until 9:15. So there's a lot of things that we have to study about speech in this case, and I'm going to erase all of this. Clear all my drawing, okay. So now let's get to the point where before we know how are we going to prepare our speech, you must know what kind of competition are you going to join. Jadi lomba apa yang nanti akan diikuti. So let's say I found a competition itu NEC 10 diadakan oleh Universitas Negeri Medan. It's this month, dan itu lombanya itu buka untuk junior high school, senior high school, and also university, or should I say varsity, right? So the first thing that we have to know itu adalah, one, who is your judge, atau siapa adjudicator sekalian. Ini saya dapat dari alumni UKMB, yaitu Mbak Meli. This is very important why you need to know your judge, karena yang akan menilai kalian, the one that's going to score you is the judge. So it's very important to know what type of judge are they going to judge you, karena ada juri yang suka konteks, yang hanya suka konteks, ada yang suka delivery aja, and maybe only your English, tapi English biasanya jarang sih. Biasanya context and delivery. Because there is a contestant that didn't deliver well, tapi konteksnya itu bagus, dan di situ juri itu memenangkan dia. So there are different types of judges yang akan memberi score. Tapi for this online things itu tuh biasanya rada susah untuk mengetahui per juri itu biasanya dia tuh suka apa if it's this online situation. So it is important that you are good at the context, delivery, and English. Just be good at all of that categories. The second is to win is, who is your competitives atau saingan Anda, your participants. Karena biasanya kalau kita sering ikut lomba itu kita tahu, oh si ini lagi. Jadi kalau kita tahu, especially the competitive itu yang sering menang, the one that's in MVP, dia tuh sering menang lomba di sini, di sana, juara 1, 2, 3, etc. So what you have to do is, kita kan dalam lomba itu bukan untuk menang ya, but it is about learning, it is about making friends, it is about teaching one another and experience. Ini kan lomba online kan biasanya via video, right? Dia tuh lewat video. Nah itu ditonton. Misalkan kita ikut lomba, ternyata yang juara 1 ini, juara 2 ini, juara 3 ini. We have to watch them. Oh ternyata yang ini dia menang karena dia tuh pintar delivery. Yang nomor 1 menang karena dia pintar delivery. Oh nomor 2 menang karena dia konteks. Yang 3 menang, etc. So we can apply. Kita bisa mengaplikasikan. And I understand kalau kita tuh menang tuh harus berbeda dari yang lain. But we have to know why did they win. Gimana sih dia tuh bisa menang karena ini, karena itu, and this is why we need to apply the strategies. If it's the uniqueness, itu we are all unique. That's actually important. We are all unique, and there is a tips on being be unique towards others, contestant, etc. Now the last but not least is, who are you? Kamu siapa? It means that after you see who's the judges, terus partisipannya siapa, sometimes you have to mirror yourself. Kita harus lihat diri sendiri, kita tuh kurang apa kayak itu. Oh ternyata eye contact kurang. Karena usually in video, especially nasional, itu kalau kita lihatnya itu enggak di kamera, if we don't look at the camera, itu ada pengurangan nilai eye contact. Jadi itu yang penting. And the second point is, we're not allowed to move a lot. Biasanya dia tuh nggak sering gerak kiri kanan, itu dari Kak Arjun, dia pinter judge. And katanya kalau bisa kita tuh face in the camera and talk to the audience. Ada satu lagi, Kak I forgot his name. Dia bilang bahwa kita bisa pakai property, and that's what make us unique, because dia pernah pakai casing HP, dijatuhkan casing HP-nya pas di AEO, Asian English Olympics, and the judges thought dia itu megang HP pas dia jatuhkan HP. He said this phone is dangerous, kayak itu. HP itu dangerous, technology is dangerous. That's why don't let them control you. Dan dia jatuhkan casingnya, dan ternyata jurinya terkejut. Dikirain kalau dia tuh benar-benar jatuhin HP-nya, ternyata no, it's just his casing. So that's how benda atau our property affects the audience. It trigger the audience kayak itu. So that will make us unique with property. Jadi jadilah, you have to be the different person amongst others. Be the purple cow from other black and white cow. Itu kata si Kak. I forgot his name unfortunately. And yeah, that's very important to face who we are. So ini kan nanti ada lomba NEC, which is National English Competition. I'm going to share the pamphlet later after this session, and you can see the theme, what they are doing with the theme, and yeah, so that's it. This is how are you going to win a competition dari Mbak Meli. Ini sebenarnya majority of my information that I deliver is from Mbak Meli. So let me clear everything out first. Clear my drawings. Okay, now to be honest, I haven't prepared a lot for this meeting, unfortunately, but this is just an introduction. Okay, so now in speech, there are differences between offline and online. Dan di sini, I really encourage all of us to join online. Karena one, offline takes time, money. If it's online, itu flexible, benar-benar flexible. So, what flexibleness that I actually experienced during my 2 years or years of this pandemic. One is I can multitasking. Itu satu sih. Multitasking, but it's not recommended because I had my class in my phone and I joined a speech competition in my laptop. So that's don't try that if you have a guru killer or docent killer, sorry. So next up is in offline is, unfortunately, this is the negative side, is you can feel the atmosphere stage. So di panggung itu terasa kayak itu. You are really facing the audience. Atmosphere stage. While in the online, it is you and your camera. And this is true. Karena in offline itu benar-benar you can feel your audience, kamu berdiri di stage and you're delivering with your mic. Tapi kalau di online, itulah online itu eye contact ya, dia tuh banyak eye contact, harus lihat kamera and no one is looking at you, only you, kayak itu. So that's one thing bagi yang #shy, if you want to try speech, you still can try umpung online ya. Kayak National English Competition itu online, cuma tinggal kirim video dan cuma satu tahap ya. They don't have other like semi-final or final round, itu only one round. And I think this is the only thing, but the rest itu sudah sama. Kalau yang kesamaannya itu, sorry about that. So what's the similarity between offline and online speech competition? So the similarity is, of course, baik itu lomba regional, my bad, regional and let's say province, national, sorry about my writing guys, international, okay, itu pakai S. Competitive atau persaingannya itu sama. Let's say the level of the competitive itu sama. But ya nggak sama-sama kayak itu. It means that you are still bersaing. Kalian tuh masih bersaing walaupun itu tingkat kota, tingkat Sumatera, tingkat provinsi, tingkat nasional, internasional, itu sama-sama saing, and there will still always be a loser and a winner. Itu udah pasti bahwa ada yang kalah, ada yang menang. Yang kalah itu bisa top 3, top 5, ya, etc. And losers ya biasanya lebih banyak ya. Loser tuh lebih dari 5 orang lebih. So in this point, you are still going to fight no matter what. They're still the same, competitive. It's just, then it is important that you have to have the potential. You have to have the quality of how to deliver your speech. Makanya in regional, province, national, and international itu persaingannya ya sama, cuman tingkatnya beda kan. Tingkatnya itu ya kita ruang lingkupnya itu lebih kecil like that. And I actually realize on nasional itu kan ikut lomba biasanya nasional kan, online itu nasional biasanya, yang offline itu biasanya ya the regional untuk saat pandemi ini, because I haven't travel a national competition offline yet. And in national, this is where I actually find the differences between the region sama province. Itu terasa bedanya itu gimana, because jurinya itu beda juga. So kita usually in offline or let's say in regional, ini nggak muat, hang on. So let me clear all. Biasanya in region or province ya, especially offline, I'm not sure, but I don't know, maybe it's still regional. Dia itu judge-nya itu butuh yang objektif, right? Objective and fakta, bukti kayak gitu. And logic, ya logic sih sebenarnya masih tetap sih. And here's a national, international. Here's the unique fact that I actually felt pas di lomba nasional. Dia itu ternyata judge-nya itu butuh humor. Let's say sebenarnya job objektif itu tergantung the university, but this is the usual thing that I know, story and lebih ke what's that, metaphor, hang on, let's say kayak poem, poetry, Nah, ini yang mereka pengen. Ternyata quotes buatan sendiri itu dia tuh benar-benar pengen yang kayak gitu. Which is why I actually was shocked bahwa mereka tuh ternyata memenangkan orang-orang yang humor, yang pakai story atau cerita sendiri kayak personal story, a poem, poetry, quotes, ternyata lebih magical. I realized di sini dia tuh lebih kayak storytelling, hampir kayak storytelling, cuman lebih kayak magical and also magical too. Kata-katanya yang magical, not our movement, not our delivery. Well, di regional sama provinsi ini usually they are actually quite kayak debate ya. Itu kayak debate, you have to be serious and etc. So this is the main point bahwa enaknya speech nasional ternyata dia tuh nggak terlalu butuh yang objektif karena it's not a debate. We're not trying to debate something. We're trying to enjoy the speech. Harus di-enjoy. Harus ada story. You have to have a story that you're going to bring. For example, maybe about, contohnya, let's say about racist. Racist kan rada sensitif. But if you bring it magical kayak itu. So I brought a speech. It was like this. I'm red, you're yellow. He's blue, she's green. We're different, but we're united as one. Just like a community, a country, and a family. So, in that point yang saya bawa itu, ternyata itu bendahnya itu, or the one that we are seeing itu rainbow atau pelangi ya. So that's how we connect bahwa oh ternyata racism kalau kita tuh gabung semua colors, we're going to be one, which is called as rainbow. Atau misalkan buah-buahan, misalkan orange, jeruk, or banana, if we gathered as one, they become what we know is fruits, vegetable, etc. So saya kan orangnya visual. I'm visual, so what I see is what I make a speech. So for example, right now I'm looking at a keyboard, I make the keyboard as a speech. Tapi ini tergantung ya. This is my strategy on how I made my speech. Because I'm visual and what I see is what I made a speech. So enaknya itu in speech, since you have to be unique, itu tuh harus update, right? Biasanya kalau debate itu update-nya itu ke news. What else? News yang update ya, update. This is always update also in being speech. But in our side, what we need to know is gossip. Well, not really a real gossip, tapi gossipnya itu yang ke positive gossip. You have to know what's going on not only in our country but also other country. You have to bring one noun. Noun kan kata benda. Make sure you have a noun for them to remember. Karena biasanya I make a speech, nounnya itu pelangi, nounnya ini keyboard, nounnya sekarang jendela, nounnya sekarang mirror, bedroom, or leaves, yang hijau, etc. So, that's the point where I make speech. Kita juga bisa kok buat speech itu di iklan. What is iklan in advertisement? Advertisement. Karena jujur aku pernah lihat iklannya unik, aku jadiin speech and ternyata jurinya nggak tahu kalau itu tuh iklan, but yeah. So I got that point and you actually can make speech from everywhere. Jadi sumbernya itu biasanya otomatisnya itu ke kita if we want to. Yang penting ada niat. If you have your propose that you want to join a competition, bukan hanya untuk menang ya, tapi untuk to be what menang itu yang pantas kayak itu. Then you can like that. Walaupun sumbernya itu dari iklan, gossip, noun or culture ya, culture and etc. So that's the differences between debate and speech. Advertisement, etc. I've seen a lot. Kalau kalian misalkan pergi ke mall, nah itu bisa jadiin speech, etc. So everything can actually turn into a speech if you try kayak itu. So now, what's the main point is kita langsung masuk ke let's say context first, karena sebelum kita deliver, kita itu harus ada context, right? We have to have our speech script. So this is my speech script. This is how I make my speech. Ini speech script aku bentuknya, but you don't really have to make it similar. Ini nggak diharuskan. Speech script aku biasanya ini judulnya 14 font. Ini nama, name, university, dan juga English speech. Ini aku. So this is my quote. This is my speech, and this is the speech, and this is the ending, and yeah, like this. So this is the bentuk, ini bentuknya kurang lebih. And how I made my speech is if you have a theme first. Jadi kita tuh harus ada tema. Okay, let's ini ya, tema sebelumnya yang pernah saya dapat ini rada sensitif, but ya sebagai university student kita harus menghadapi segala tema walaupun itu berkaitan dengan agama atau races atau ya sex education, but yang penting jangan menyinggung ya, jangan menyinggung kelompok-kelompoknya yang kayak gitu, so that karena apalagi ditaruh di publik ya, nanti dilihat dan ya don't say anything negative yet. So let's start by like this is the sensitive topic that I did. Hang on, why did I use huge font? It is sex edu in high school. So this is what I got. I think it's high school atau bukan apa sih? It's kayak tabu. Sex education in Indonesia is tabu. I think that's my tema. Ini saya dapat tema di Universitas Singapura Bangsa apa ya? Online. Dan untung itu nggak di YouTube. But yeah, it's in Google Drive. Actually, so here's the theme, right? Ini yang jadi highlight, sex education, Indonesia, and taboo. Kalau ini kan cuman kayak this is the preposition kalau dalam grammar ya, and this is the to be ya, to be is are and am. So in this case, in speech pertama harus quote, right? Harus especially nasional. Karena saya biasanya SMA tuh biasanya ucap kayak pembukaan, Assalamualaikum, good morning, my name is blah blah blah, introduction, and I'm going to bring a speech blah blah blah. But in speech video nasional, especially nasional, kata Kak Arjun, itu jangan bawa nama. Don't bring your name, don't bring your university, don't bring where are you from. Why? Because in your YouTube video atau kita buat di format nama kan biasanya ada di bawah. Itu tuh sudah disuruh. Nanti kamu buat your name underscore your institution underscore the title of your speech or the title that you're going to bring. They already know like that. Jadi pas mereka buka videonya, mereka tuh udah tahu nama kamu, institusi kamu. It wastes your time. Karena kita ingat dalam speech we only have 5 to 7 minutes. Dan ini bagi for me ini masih kurang sih. Kalau bisa 10 menit for me, but yeah, we can't talk that long. Dan ini this is the average ya, yang biasanya itu yang 5 sampai 7 menit. Which is why if you bring your introduction, opening, good morning, and blah blah blah, and or you want to say like praise to Almighty God and who brought us from the lightness to the darkness, blah blah blah. Now that's too much. Kita langsung masuk topik. Just jump in the topic, explain what you want to explain, and end. Sudah. And itu pun pakai quotes biasanya. So this is why I always use quotes. Dan quotes-nya itu bukan quotes dari internet. Because we know bahwa kita harus jadi unik, right? Kalau kita bawa quotes dari internet, jurinya pun udah tahu tentang quote itu. Contohnya, misalkan kayak Soekarno, beri aku 10 pemuda maka aku akan guncangkan dunia, atau ya it's more or less kayak gitu ya, beri aku 10 pemuda atau 1000 orang tua, right? We already know that. Mereka tuh udah tahu. That's too general. Make your own quote. Buat quote sendiri. Gak apa-apa. So, misalkan kalian udah bingung nih, ini kan quote-nya tuh pakai bahasa Inggris, right? Gak apa-apa if you make it from Indo dulu, baru kamu translate ke English, ya nggak apa-apa, it's okay. At least it's a quote. Quote itu kenapa bagusnya quote? It is simple yet significant. Artinya apa? Dia tuh artinya kita tuh quote itu biasanya dia tuh katanya itu minim 1, 2, 3. Cuman maknanya itu it's very powerful. It is absolutely very powerful. So if you try to watch quotes dari orang, itu kalian bisa rephrase. Rephrase artinya apa? Misalkan beri aku 10 pemuda, bisa diganti lagi katanya 10 pemuda diberikan ke aku. Itu jadi apa? Passive, right? Passive voice. Itu bisa di switch biar nggak terlalu terpatok di internet, right? You can also change pemudanya jadi youth, youngster, or students kalau mau. So there are different types of words that you want. You don't always have to use the general words that you want. Contohnya, let's say a normal word that we like to use, for example, pinter, smart. Ada kata lain dari pinter, synonym. There's intelligent. What else? There is. So if you're confused, nah di sini kita kan bingung kan, mau cari sinonim dari kata smart. For me, this is what I do, especially in karena saya kan jurusan bahasa Inggris, jadi disuruh buat essay, right? So I write down in Google synonym of smart. Dan dia keluar kan biasanya smart synonym or synonym smart, terserah ya, dia yang penting keluar. So in here we can know that there's clever. What else? There's a lot in here. There's well read, there's bright. I don't think bright is smart. Nah, jadi you don't always have to use smart in your speech. You can bring other word. Karena ada juga juri tuh yang nggak suka kamu bawa yang kata-kata yang sama. Misalkan temanya nih, kita kan tahu bahwa tema ini sex education. Don't always mention sex education in your speech. Try to bring the education platform in the context of sex information or whatever. So don't always mention the same word. Tapi kayaknya sex education ini udah fix ya. Ada kata lain dia tuh where they don't want to hear the same word. Dia tuh nggak suka bawa yang sama-sama. Misalkan tentang rasis, jangan sebut rasis. Try to use different people or there are actually different types of colors, different types of person, this category, this culture, this and that. So there are different words atau noun yang bisa kamu pakai. Smart, intelligent, clever. Tapi jangan sampai kita ada intelligent. If you don't know intelligent, then don't use it. Kalau takutnya kamu nggak tahu intelligent, takutnya kan di Google ini kan nggak pasti, right? Kayak smart itu ada bright di sini. Bright kan kita tahu cerah or terang kayak itu. So that's not the synonym of smart, right? Don't bring that, karena takutnya yang kalian nggak tahu malah dibawa kayak itu, dan jurinya bingung bright dalam konteks kamu apa kayak itu. So that's another reason why you have to also understand, harus banyak-banyak baca, harus banyak-banyak vocabulary. You have to add lots of vocabulary in your mind. Makanya harus banyak baca berita bahasa Inggris, artikel bahasa Inggris, atau nonton video bahasa Inggris juga nggak apa-apa, because you can also practice your pronunciation and you know a vocabulary at the same time. Itu so okay, that took me a while. Hang on. Okay, ini ya Q artinya quote. Jadi aku singkat. Quote ini udah pasti jadi opening for me. Ini belum masuk ya. Dan juga title. Ini sebenarnya aku terakhir sih buat title. Ada yang buat speech itu biasanya pakai struktur dulu, right? Struktur juga penting sih. So it's simple, significant, and structure. 3S. So in structure, sorry for my writing. Ada yang kayak gini ya. Ada yang kayak gini buat speech-nya mungkin. Yang jadi kerangka udah disiapin kerangka. Kalau for me, I write my speech itu kayak gini. Nulisnya kayak story. Jadi panjang, itu saya elaborasi panjang-panjang, walaupun dia keluar konteks tetap elaborasi, baru nanti di revise ya, direvisi lagi jadi satu. Kalau ini ya ini lebih bagus lagi, berarti oleh elaborasinya itu per point. Tapi nggak tahu ya, ada anak debat mungkin pinter strukturnya kayak ini, karena anak debat kan nggak boleh panjang-panjang, mereka juga ada 7,5 menit kalau nggak salah kalau debate. Nah itu kalau storytelling ya itu lebih banyak deliver, you have to have a gesture etc. And sebenarnya speech juga kayak gitu sih, it depends on, jangan terlalu alay kalau di speech ya, jangan terlalu alay, but yeah, it depends on your uniqueness. If you are like that, then I think it's okay. Moving on, sudah quote. Yang penting quote sendiri. That's very important. Yang penting quote sendiri. And next off is ini baru masuk text. This is the opening text. Open ya. Open. I have to write very very small here. The def. Ini saya suka buka atau nulis kayak gini ya, sorry. It means berlawanan but another at the same time. Nah, actually let me write down all of them. So there's def and background, problem, status quo dari debate, and solve atau solution, one, argument. Maaf ya, ini sebenarnya banyak dari ini ya, Arel ini. Banyak dari debate belajarnya. Because I also went to debate competitions too. But not most of the time. And etc. 3, there's 3 or 4, tapi disarankan 1, 2 atau 3. Hang on. I can't write more. Nah ini di bawah solution guys, sorry ya, ntar harus di-cut dulu ini. Let me just give a line in here. Orange. So there's solution, there's conclusion, baru di end ya. Berarti kalau conclusion di sini udah ending. BTW ini openingnya quotes, ini seharusnya body. And this is the closing, not ending. Okay, same thing, right? Okay, 9 o'clock. We have 15 minutes left. Is it 15 minutes? Yeah, 15 menit. Okay, conclusion and quotes lagi. Nah, sekarang kita bahas satu-satu ya. This is context, by the way. Let's use a black. So sekarang kita definition, ada lambang ini dan background. Lambang ini sebenarnya berlawanan. Maksudnya berlawanan itu bisa kamu boleh bawa definition aja atau background aja, or gabung. Bisa keduanya, bisa definition and background. It depends on what you want. Hang on, let me check the people in here. Let me mention also too, because ini harus absen sebenarnya. So ada Meita, ada Meishela, Cantika, Rismayani, Putri, Andini, and also Natasha. Okay. Moving on. So maybe some of my English club members, adik kelas, udah tahu kayak gini. Ini tapi I haven't explained it clearly. So ada definition, ada background, and also ada definition and background. Maksudnya definition and background ini dari yang poin penting ya. Ini topik penting yang nanti dibahas sex education, right? Sebenarnya kalau kita mau bawa definition mengenai sex education, kita semuanya udah tahu. This is for me. This is how I made my speech. Karena kita nggak boleh general, right? And this is how it works. When you wanna see other contestant, kalian harus tahu yang dia pikirkan apa, dan juga kita tuh harus gimana biar berbeda dari yang lain, especially in context, right? And delivery is our own uniqueness. So, if you wanna be different, I bet that other contestant is going to bring the definition of sex education. And biasanya bawanya di Wikipedia, right? Wikipedia or others in Google. Kalau menurut, for me, we already know that. Kalau memang kamu ingin bawa definition atau pengertian dari sex education, make your own definition. Kita rephrase sendiri, kita buat sendiri. Yeah, and that's the important parts. Biasanya saya bawa satu paragraph. Ini satu paragraph, and quote. Make your own definition. Kalau memang kamu ingin bawa background, berarti berhubungan dengan Indonesia. Kalau mau berhubungan dengan ruang lingkup apa nih? Age, misalnya age itu sudah ya kita nggak mungkin kan yang anak-anak itu diberi pendidikan kayak ini, because this is the important part where they're saying tabunya itu atau tabu itu di Indonesia. So you can say background di Indonesia sebenarnya udah diberi pendidikan sex education belum? Bisa di compare dengan negara lain. You can also compare. See, this is like debate, of course. Jadi sex education di Amerika biasanya di inform bener apa ya, kalau nggak salah SMP atau SMA mereka ya, itu benar-benar dijelasin kayak mana. Sedangkan di Indonesia nih kalau nggak salah mungkin diberi, but only biology teacher, maybe ya, this is for me, only biology teacher taught them, and that's that. They don't explain furthermore. Now kalau udah tahu kayak gitu backgroundnya, masuk ke problem and status quo. Status quo ini artinya keadaan sekarang ya. So if you know the song of High School Musical, there's also status quo. Yeah. So status quo itu artinya keadaan sekarang. Sorry guys. Okay. Sekarang ya. Sekarang itu bukan sekarang. Okay, sekarang. So if you know the problem or the status quo right now, nggak usah cari berita juga nggak apa-apa. If you wanna know dari perspektif atau dari kacamata kita sendiri juga nggak apa-apa. If you see the problem, yeah. In the youth, itu mereka tuh kalau nggak dijelasin, atau boleh juga sih cari di Google. To be honest, I was also searching in Google dan sampai search di website Durex. So yeah, they said that bahwa kalau mereka nggak diinfoin, mereka makin penasaran, makin kepo, dan that's why this is scary karena di online itu nggak ada limit. Mereka nggak di ruang lingkup kan, they don't cover the limit. The internet is wide, absolutely wide. Mereka tuh bisa akses kemanapun, and this is the problem. Kalau bukan age mereka untuk mempelajari sejauh ini, that you know what will happen. Of course, everybody will know what will happen. But why I connect this with status quo? Karena in Indonesia, and status quo here, let's say kita ambil tuh anak high school yang lagi belajar online. Kalau gurunya itu, misalkan dia mention tentang pelajaran biologi, yaitu sistem reproduksi manusia, for example, human reproduction, right? Dijelasin online sepintas like that. We don't know what the students will be searching afterwards. Kalau kita nggak aware. Jadi kalian bisa compare apakah penjelasan sex education offline itu lebih baik dibanding online, and why so? Is it like this? Is it like that? You can explain that more. Karena harus berelasi ya dengan keadaan sekarang. And keadaan sekarang inilah yang menjadi faktor your solution. And yeah, you can't say that we're talking about offline schools because right now is online, right? And so that's why if you have the problem, for example, oh ternyata anak-anak high school ini mereka tuh benar-benar di depan laptop dan juga menggunakan handphone, especially nowadays, and this is what they rely on, and this is very dangerous karena no one is aware. Their parents is not aware, nobody around their house is aware, and yeah, they can say, oh I'm just studying, but and then at that point. So solusinya apa? What is your solution towards this kind of case? The differences between speech and debate is, tapi sebenarnya saya nggak mau nyinggung anak debate juga. Biasanya debate ini banyak masalah dan poin-poin. Tapi kalau di speech itu harusnya banyak solusi. And that's the important factor. Bahwa di speech itu sebenarnya harus banyak solusi. Karena itulah yang nanti juri itu, oh ternyata solusinya gini. Karena ini bukan debate, right? Don't mention too much problem that you don't know what the solution is. So sekitar menit ke-6, 4 sampai 5 atau 6 ya. You have to have majority of your speech that is the solution. Sekarang kita masuk argumen. Ariel, ini aku explain lagi aja, nggak apa-apa. Ariel artinya it doesn't fit anymore. A, R, E, and L. A itu analisis, R itu reason. You can also check this in Google. But this is my type of Ariel. Arielnya juga ada macam-macam, example or evidence. And link back. Link back. Move my camera. Okay. Analisis artinya analisa kamu tentang solusi daripada yang this kind of the education here. Let's say for me at the moment, I would connect sex education with parents. Ini artinya orang tua tuh harus juga tahu kalau mereka tuh sedang mempelajari hal ini. And this is for me, the solution is parents should know. Dan itu, for example, that's my argument. Parents should know. Hang on, parents should know what color, green, okay. Parents should know, that's your reason. Why should parents know? Kenapa parents harus tahu? Karena because the parents should know bahwa ini umur segini mereka tuh harus tahu, and also they have to, biar mereka nggak jauh dari ruang lingkup pembahasan daripada sex education. Because ada juga di age adult itu mempelajari lebih lanjut like that. Which is why the reason is they should at least know, at least. Kalau nggak tahu sama sekali, takutnya ya we know, and you can mention the problem too. Mentionnya tuh ya di film atau di iklan or in videos, online videos. Kita kan bisa aja title-nya itu tentang ini, tapi isinya ada kaitan tentang sex education, and we don't know about that. As well as movie, for example, which I know practically about Spider-Man No Way Home yang awal-awalnya itu ada yang tidak bagus. Oops, spoiler, sorry, my bad. But you don't know. It's not that much mereka tunjuk, tapi they just introduce a little bit. Itu budaya orang Amerika, which is why if they introduce a little bit, orang Amerika, they know at least the information of this, and they know risknya itu apa. Mereka tahu efeknya itu apa. Example or evidence. Maksud example itu kalian tuh bisa bawa skenario sendiri. Cuman ada juga evidence itu bawa berita. Kenapa? If this is one thing, the differences between scenario, examples, or also evidence. In scenario or an example, the story is long. Kamu harus bawa, for example, A is going to open his laptop and learn biology, and then so it actually longer. Kalau evidence kita langsung mention, oh there's a no, and also it makes your speech stronger. Karena sebenarnya in speech harus juga ada objektif. Cuman the objective is dikit, kayak 1 or 2, nggak apa-apa. Don't be too scientific, karena ini kan magical, especially nasional ya. Kalau regional biasanya masih kaitan dengan fakta or objectiveness. So that's the case. You have to bring that kind of scenario and link back. Link back ini artinya sebenarnya nggak terlalu penting. Artinya untuk menyimpulkan the 1, 2, 3 ya, these 3 things, dan biar mereka tahu tujuan solusi kamu untuk argumen 1 itu apa, itu. And the second, and yeah, you can go and think about that for a second, kayak itu. So the conclusion. Now here we have come to the conclusion of the speech, which is kesimpulan daripada seluruh speech kita. Misalnya saya nulis di paragraf sini. Conclusionnya ini biasanya saya nulis ada antara ajakan. Salah ding. Ini yang ajakan. Ini atau quotes atau ajakan. Ini Okay, let me clear that up. So the conclusion, kita tahu conclusion itu artinya kesimpulan, right? Berarti kalau dia kesimpulan, yang disimpulkan itu biasanya yang solution. Atau you can also kaitin dengan definition and problem. So for example, the conclusion you can say like this. I know that Indonesia people will still be afraid of delivering sex education because of this effect. And we know that the Indonesia people are aggressive, let's say aggressive. But we can't make the case growing. We can't let the case growing day by day, year by year. We have to prevent in order to protect. And by this, we have to start now. Misalkan we have to start now itu ajakan. Dan ada quote lagi. This is either quote or question. And it's either quote or question. No. Jawaban, answer. Let's say that's answer, okay? Maksudnya apa? Kita boleh melempar pertanyaan. Tapi kalau bisa ya, ini dapat juri dari anak SMP ya. Honestly, I taught my brother speech too. And itu kata jurinya, kalau kamu lontarkan pertanyaan, setidaknya itu dijawab at the ending. But I actually realized there's also ada orang juga melontarkan pertanyaan at the end. Misalnya kayak gini. So let's teach the sex education in Indonesia. And will you be the part of it? Nah, will you be the part of it? Itu tuh gabungan dari ajakan sama pertanyaan. Yaitu berarti will you be the part of it? Yes or no, right? Yes or no. Or will you be one of the young youth? Or will you be the next generation of Indonesia? Or will you be, ya kayak gitu. I throw a yes or no question. Karena kalau kita ngomong, how are you going to help Indonesia? Nah, kalau kayak gitu kan, that's a long answer for us. As audience, kalau bisa kan jawabnya simple. Audience or judges. And that's the case. So, I remember a little bit about my sex education itu pas bawa di temanya itu, I remember my teacher. This is personal story. Nah, makanya kita tuh harus bawa personal story. I remember my high school student, my high school teacher. She said, don't sit next to boys because you will get pregnant. Nah, itu kan for them was unique. Berarti kalau kita duduk sebelah orang, artinya kalau kita duduk sebelah orang kan kita nanti hamil like that. And that becomes a statement for me now. But why did she say that kayak itu? Kenapa guruku itu bilangnya kayak gitu? And at the end you can say that. And that is why she was there to protect her students from further cases kayak itu. Nah, itu menjawab. And so we can have lots of stories about what you relate of your personal story. Ini kita banyak biasanya personal stories. Kan in speech there are different kinds of tema. Temanya itu banyak. Kalau temanya banyak, biasanya story-nya juga beda-beda. Like that. Misalkan sex education or technology. Technology kan kita ngadep teknologi juga beda-beda. Which is why this is only my kerangka. Ini cuma kerangka aku pas buat speech. Okay, it's 9:15. I have to end this quickly. And so, what's important in speech is kerangkanya harus bagus juga. And of course your quote and blah blah blah. So your quote and quote. That's what Sir Dylan dari Zimbabwe itu bilang. Bahwa kalau bisa you bang itu dari awal, bang juga tutup. Kalau bisa banguni audience pas buka dan juga pas tutup so that mereka nggak ngantuk. So here's important. This is an international judge. I forgot her name, unfortunately. She said, your speech must be simple, significant, and structure. So you can relate with that. And yeah, I think I'm going to end this. Sorry, before ending this speech introduction, sebelumnya belum introduction nian, soalnya lupa bahasa Palembang, sorry about that. Sebelumnya belum ke introductionnya, we haven't learned about the delivery and also the delivery, English ability, and yeah, I think that's it. Tinggal video, right? Jadi kita belum dapat, ini belum kasih PR dulu ya. So karena belum masuk sana. But I don't know. I will try to confirm that to other training and si Kak Kodrat, sorry, si kepala TND. So before I end this Google Zoom meeting, is there any questions? Please straightly ask. Hello? Any question to ask? No one? Is it clear enough?
Yes, Nabila.
Okay, thank you very much for informing. And let me mention this again. Sumita, Fikri, Natasha, and Tini. I already mentioned those names. Okay. Hang on, there's someone. Okay, nothing. Oh, okay, that's my high school members of English Club. Okay, I'm gonna stop share and let me okay, thank you very much for joining this introduction session. Sorry if kita tuh belajar lebih dari 45 menit above time. And if you still have any questions to me, please let me know nanti di PC, dan juga if you want to join competition, you can also inform me. Nanti inshallah I'll try to contact the alumni like Kak Doni and Kak Soraya maybe. And yeah, I think I'm going to end this